Hi, my name is Jennifer and I have a problem. I have a huge TBR, piles of books everywhere because they won't fit on my TBR shelf, and we need to remedy this. So let me tell you about what I'm gonna do to help solve this problem. So I'm going to conduct a TBR triage, and this is my first video about this. So when you do a triage, normally that is in a hospital setting where they bring in the patients, you talk about what's going on, and the most important patients get taken back first. So in my case, for my TBR triage, I am going to do an assessment on what books I need to prioritize to help with decision fatigue and making sure that I know what I'm going to be reading, because that is a huge part of why I'm not reading right now. It's decision fatigue. I have so many books, have so many goals I'm trying to accomplish, so many book challenges that I'm doing, that I just need to figure out a way to focus this down so I know exactly what needs to come next. So with that, I am also kind of doing that in my everyday life. This is April, and in April, my one goal for the month is to get all my back YouTube videos, the backlog of those, edited, uploaded, scheduled out, whatever, so that we can get that off my plate, and then I can tackle that as they come out, because I'm overwhelmed with that right now. So in May, I will have one more life thing that I'm trying to tackle and make a habit out of. I already know what May's going to be. I know what June, July, and August are going to be, although that summer month ones probably will extend further. But anyway, April is about focusing on YouTube and getting video edits edited and uploaded. So with that, I need to know what I'm going to be prioritizing book-wise for this month, so that I'm not just only reading one book a month, so that I'm enjoying what I'm reading, or at least have a purpose for what I'm reading. So with this, like, you can't even see all the books. I have an entire stack. There's this stack, and then I have another entire stack down below it in front of it that you can't see. You can't see the top of my shelves or the bottom of my shelves. These are rainbow order, with the top of them being signed autographed books. Some of those are red, some of them aren't. And then I've got a Kindle full of books, ARCs that I need to read, that I've had for months, years. Some came out years ago, some are coming out in the next 3 or 4 months. So as you can see, I need to figure out how to prioritize my stuff. I've got library books out one of them expires today, one of them expires in 3 days. So let's figure out what books I'm going to prioritize, and let me tell you what those are going to be. So the book challenges I'm doing are Buzzword Buzz Cover, Freshly Read Books TBR, 12-month TBR, which that's what these books are. This stack, you can't see the bottom of it, but that's what this stack is. It's my 12 books, and those are, I talked about those specifically in my goals video for the year, my welcome back, the only video I posted in January, and only video I've posted since. This stack of books I've talked about. I've got another stack down here that I pulled out for a random thing. These are books that were pulled out. The top part of this were books that were pulled out for a random things. Buzz cover from last year. Buzzword Buzz Cover from last year. That's what these top ones are. The whole stack. I mean, this is a cart. Whatever. And again, like I said, this whole thing, all of these shelves are my TBR. So Buzz Cover, Buzzword, TBR, Spin from Freshly Read Books. I'm doing, we're wrapping up Herked. The last day of that is July 6th. not gonna complete that at all. So we'll start over in July, on July 7th for it. And then I'm also doing the Stardew Valley quarterly readathon. And let me tell you, I've completed none of these. I'm making progress on Herked. I've got a video that I did. I made a big dent in and completed 2 Herked prompts in January that I still have to edit that video for. But I think what I want to focus on right now is the TBR Spin books, the 4 books for that. So let's talk about those prompts and what books I'm going to be reading for them. I have to look at my notes. So January's TBR Spin was to find a book, or to read a book that had the letters TBRSPIN in the title or author. Didn't have to be, it could be just one of those, it could have been all of them, it could have been a number of them. And in my stack over here, I have a lot of those books, a lot of them qualified for that. But I chose, I've already got the cover off because it's been in my book jacket since January. But it's The In-Between Bookstore by Edward Underhill. This is a book about a trans character who in their teenage years worked at a bookstore and moved in a small town bookstore, and then moved away, transitioned, and now has come back to this small town, and is this bookstore brings back a lot of memories for them, and kind of a what if. So it's almost, this book has been compared a lot to The Midnight Library by Matt Haig and something else, I can't remember what it is, but it's kind of a what if. What if I came out and transitioned when I was in high school? Would I have been accepted? Would this still have been a safe place for me, like it was back then before I transitioned? So I'm very excited about this book. It's not very long. I just haven't picked it up. Honestly, I just haven't picked it up. I don't know where to put it. I've got so many books, I don't know where to stack this one. February's spin was an author you haven't read from before, and that encompasses a lot of these. I had originally planned to read, this isn't one of them, this doesn't belong on that stack. I had originally planned to read maybe The Lilac People by Milo Todd, or Happy Land by Dolan Perkins Valdez. But I think, oh, hang on. I think I'm going to do Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt, because I know this movie is coming out soon and I want to make sure that I see it. I'm super excited that I can't think of the name of the author, Sally Fields, that she's cast. She's one of the main leads in the, other than the octopus, obviously she's not the octopus, but she's one of the main leads in the movie, and I just read her memoir in January, and it was stunning. It was fabulous. But I've got a whole vlog about that that I will talk about, or that you'll hear about. So all I know about this is that it's about an octopus. That is literally all I know about it. So I think this is going to be my February pick for that, an author I have not read anything by before. This is where things get a little interesting with this. March's spin was to swap a book on your original 12 book stack with another book by the same author / or the shortest book on your stack. So with that, I have the only author that has a book out, another book out that I haven't read yet is V. Schwab. I was going to read Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil, and because I was really excited about this one, but I have to swap a book, and it's V.E. Schwab. I've got a couple of books that I haven't read by her yet, but I've been holding off on Addie LaRue. I have that audio. I auto-bought the audio, but I've been scared to read it because so many people have said that they love V.E. Schwab, but they didn't love this book. And I love V.E. Schwab, and I'm scared that I'm not going to love Addie LaRue. So, but that is the swap I'm making. Really, it's the only option because Matt Haig's new book isn't out yet. I don't think there is a book by Frederick Bachman that I haven't read yet other than My Friends. Maggie Stiefvater's The Listeners is the most recent book. I've read everything else that she has published. So I don't have a swap for that. Libby Bray. I have Libby Bray on here, but I think I've read all of her other books. At least I don't own any of her other books that I haven't read yet. So that, Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. I don't have any of her other books on my TBR. I mean, I could borrow it from the library, but I'd rather tackle what I own already. So really, this is my best option. I do also have Vicious and Victorious. I think those are the two that I haven't read yet. So I could read those. They're on this cart. Let me rearrange for a minute. Vengeful. I have, oh, it's gonna fall over. I do have Vicious and Vengeful that I could swap out for. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do Vicious, but then I'll want to read Vengeful after that. I did get 120 pages into Vicious. So it's either gonna be Vicious or it's gonna be Addie LaRue. That's my choices. So that takes care of this one. We will have Vicious as a stand-in. We'll do that. The April book is also another swap, and that is to swap any book you choose with another book of the same color. And this one was hard. I really needed a book to read on my Kindle because the one I was reading I was not enjoying, and so I wasn't picking my Kindle up. But I have an ARC that I need to read. I was sent by the publisher. It is called Fairfield County by, I don't know who this is by, and the Kindles are weird now. Anyway, it's Fairfield County. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see the cover, and I'm gonna swap out this book, Our Last Resort by Clements McCallan, I don't know. This is the one I'm going to switch out. It is the most similar in color to Fairfield County. And Fairfield County is about black-owned farmers in the South. The Fairfield County is in South Carolina, and it's talking about how this particular person started out raising horses and kind of built generational wealth, or the goal was to build generational wealth for his family after he was able to get land. He purchased land. His parents were slaves and then became sharecroppers, and he was the first generation to inherit land from his family. He was born in 1888, it said. I'm a couple of chapters in already. I think this book comes out in June. But I'll talk about that for sure when I do my wrap up on it. So it sounds real interesting. I've been really focused on Katie Van Pelt, I believe. She raises horses, she breeds horses, and cows and minis, and it's all fabulous. And I've been following her I've been obsessed with her little reels for months now. So this one really caught my attention. I really wanted to, this was what I was in the mood to pick up right now. But it talks about him wanting to build generational wealth for his family, passing land down, and this is the early stages. Eventually there comes a time a few generations later where there's a family, there's like a, I don't want to say family curse because I don't think that's the right word, but there's a family secret, top secret, and it gets to the point where when the daughter, one of the daughters down the road is about to inherit the farm and the horses, she's a huge horse person, rider, all of that, that it is that the dad has to come clean with the family secret. Maybe they're about to lose the farm or the land, or I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but that's kind of the gist I got from it. This is, again, one that I was sent to by the publisher. I'm on a publisher's list, and I don't know how I got on it, but I'm not complaining because I've gotten some fabulous books. I just need to read them. So, and this is one of them that I got and that I will definitely be reading. Okay, so I've got two other books that I need to get to. They are audiobooks. The first one is Gather Me by Glory Edom, or Edom. It is a nonfiction book about how books kind of saved her and her relationship with books and reading. I'm 8% in and it's due today, so I got to figure out that because I got to get that read. And then this book I keep moving around. I am 46% through The Robin and the Oak Throne by K.A. Lindy. This is the second book, and I think it's only going to be a trilogy, so this is the second book in that trilogy. I am 46% through it. It's due in 6 days. I have been trying to read this book since October or November, and I keep having to return the audiobook. It keeps, you know, I can't just renew it because there's always a hold on it. So I have got to get this read in the next 6 days. So that's why these two are priority. The Gather Me is also I think I still have an arc of it that I've gotten at one point. That is my TBR triage for today. These are the books that are most important for me to get through right now. So we've got, what, 6 books? I'm missing one. Oh, 2 are audio. 2 of them are audio. So we've got these 4 books, maybe this. Kindle book, 2 audiobooks. 3, technically 3 if I don't read this one. So at the end of the month, I will tell you what my May triage books are going to be, and which one of these books, if they all made it back, or if they are still out in the waiting room, waiting to be read and stuck on my TBR pile. So let me know if I explained this to you well enough. If you have questions, leave them down below. If you don't have any questions, then that is wonderful, because that means I explained myself well. So I'm excited about that. But if you want to just engage with the video, but you don't really have a comment, then just leave me a medical type emoji down there. It could be the hospital emoji, or the stethoscope, or the shot, or the little heartbeat one. Any of those would work great. I would love that. But if you have a comment, if you've read any of these, or if they sound interesting to you, let me know. And let me know if I should read Vicious, or if I should do the audiobook for Addie LaRue instead. Let me know which one of the 2 V.E. Schwabs I should do, because I'm not sure. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video and wrap things up. I will give you a full tour of all of this mess at the end here, so you can see what it is that we're dealing with. It's lovely. It's lovely. Okay. So this is where I sit for filming, but I've got all of this, all those stacks. This is the TBR cart trolley that I brought in. I don't usually have that there. It actually goes in another room. And then you can see there's another row down there. And then all of these are my TBRs. All of these. With the exception of this top shelf, I have read, I can't see, I have read a lot of these on this top shelf, but those are all my autographed ones. Again, some of them I've read, some of them I haven't. That is it. This is what we are triaging. So with that, I'm going to end this video, and I will see you in the next one.